Aloha everybody, my name is Kathleen. I am an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! Today we are going to be making a card using some of the new stamps from the 2019 Occasions catalog that launches on January 3rd. The catalog is this year it's the 30th anniversary for Stampin' Up! So they've got a lot of wonderful stamps within the catalog this year, and I'm just really enjoying it because I love butterflies and they've got a really nice butterfly theme going on. So this is our catalog. I can't show you the inside until the 3rd, but along with that catalog comes the celebration catalog, and the celebration catalog is really cool because when you order from Stampin' Up! From January 3rd to March 31 and you spend $50 or more, if you spend $50, there's portions in this celebration catalog that you will get. There's items that you can get for free if you spend $50. And there's also items that you can get for free if you spend $100. So it's something to consider if you're wanting to place some orders for Stampin' Up! It's not necessarily, you don't have to order out of the Occasions catalog, but maybe if there's something in the regular catalog that you've been wanting and you see something in the Occasions catalog that you want and can combine that to get yourself up to $50 or $100 or whatever it may be, this would be the time to do it from January 3rd through March 31st. So today, like I said, I'm going to set these aside. Today, like I said, we are going to be working on some butterflies. I have a couple of, there's a couple of stamp sets of butterflies this year. Ordered. What's really cool, what I really like, is that this year they have a butterfly bundle. They got a couple of butterfly bundles, and one of them is these polymer stamps, photopolymer stamp sets, and it's called Butterfly Gala. And if you get the bundle, you get the butterfly punch, and the butterfly punch is really cool. It matches up with the stamps. And if you notice here on the stamp set, there's several different types of butterflies that you can stamp, and you could fill it in with this or you could color it. They also came out with a couple of new colors for the Stampin' Blend markers, which is the alcohol-based markers, and one of them is the Balmy Blue, which I just love, so I'm really happy about that. And then the other color is actually moss green. So right here is the moss green, and we're going to be using this today. This is light moss green and this is dark moss green. And we're going to be using that with our coloring that we're doing today. Now, along with these, this set here, there's another butterfly set that's coming out, and that's this one here. And what I like about this one here is these little dots, and I just love these because you can do so much with these. Now, and I love all the butterflies, and if you get, there's a bundle, so they also have these wonderful dies that come with this, and they actually help to make, let me just show you. You see these butterflies all here, and this one, they're 2 layers, and the dies help to make it. It's one big die that has all these butterflies connected, and I've just cut it up so that I can use it in a smaller version. So isn't that beautiful? And this is that bokeh, the polka dots there. They call it bokeh, and I love it, and I did it on this card as well. So the other thing that we're going to be using today is some new paper, and this paper is coming out of the celebration catalog, and again, it's butterfly theme. And here's the paper. So if you spend $50, you can get a package of this paper, and it comes in, it has a side that you can color. It's all black and white, and you can color the whole thing, or maybe just the butterflies, or maybe just the flowers and let the butterflies be black and white. everything's two-sided. So this is, and aren't these beautiful right here? And this is the black and white checkered is the other side of the butterflies. I don't think I would use that because I really love the butterflies. This is a pretty like garden of butterflies right here, and then black and white polka dot on the back. This is one that I've used on that other card that we saw, the Heather card. And the back again is that black and white with the butterflies, and this is daffodil yellow, I believe, and then again the back. And this is I think it's called Grapefruit Grove. It's a new in color for this year. Anyways, I just love the butterflies on this, and these butterflies you can punch out with the butterfly punch, believe it or not. So, and then it has a stripe. So each one of our papers has a back to it. Today we're going to be using this paper, and the back of it is just black and white butterflies. So this packet is called Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper, and there's, I believe, 12 sheets of paper in here, two-sided. So I pre-stamped this one out, and I really like that pattern. And I'm just going to do it in the daffodil yellow. Today we're using daffodil yellow to go with our paper. The other thing that is in the Occasions catalog is this wonderful gingham paper, and I love it. This is in daffodil yellow. The colors come in balmy blue, daffodil delight, grapefruit grove, highland heather, lemon lime twist, and then the background is whisper white. So it's really beautiful. This is a 6x6 package, and I believe, you know, don't quote me. I think there's 24 pieces on here. It doesn't, oh, 40 pieces. So you get a nice variety, and look at those colors there. I love this Grapefruit Grove. It's really pretty. So anyways, let's get started. And what's really nice about this gingham is that we have this larger check, and then if you look at the back, we have a smaller check. So it's all depending on what you want to do and how much pattern you want with your stuff. So let's get started making our card. So let's get started. I'm going to set these aside. We're going to get out our Stampin' Up! Trimmer and trim some stuff down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim down our paper. And to do so, we want to get out our trimmer. And this is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer right here. And we're going to trim down, I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of Daffodil Delight paper, and I want to cut it in half at, so 5.5 inches. Okay, so on the 11-inch side, we're cutting it at 5.5 inches, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 4.25 inches, and that gives us our card base right there. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down a piece of white paper, and I just want to reference my card real quick. So we're going to do a play off of this card here. I like this card, okay? But we're not using these. So anyways, so what we've done is we need to measure our piece of Whisper White, and we need to measure it at 5.25. Cut it at 5.25, okay? And then at 4 inches. And we're going to do that twice, the 4 inches twice, because we want a piece for the inside of your card. You could, because this is a lighter card, you could use the yellow, the bit card base, but I like putting it a white inside. Then we're going to get a piece of Designer Series paper. And I think that I want this on top. So this piece of paper we're going to cut at 3 3/4 inches. by 5 inches, and I want to get a nice, yeah, that looks good. Okay, 5 inches right here. Okay, then we're going to take our gingham, and I really like the daffodil yellow with this. But I'm thinking maybe the lemon lime twist would be a better look. Nah, we're gonna leave it daffodil yellow. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do the small check. So I'm gonna measure this the same width as this, which is 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to cut this down to 2.5 inches. Okay, and there we go. Those are our pieces that we need for our card. And I think that's all we need from our trimmers. So I'm going to go ahead and put it away for now. I may bring it back, I don't know, but for now we're going to put it away. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get our sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that out. Okay, so the sentiment I'm using today is "Hello Beautiful." I think that's a really nice sentiment for this card. And I'm going to actually get out my lemon lime twist and see how it looks in lemon lime twist. Otherwise it will go in black. So let's get out the lemon lime twist right here. And this is my old ink. So let's see how this looks. Stamp that up really good. Let's see if it's dark enough. I like that. All right, so I'm going to stick with that. Hello Beautiful. I think that's a really nice sentiment. So I'm just going to get out my chamois and clean off my stamp before we move on. I don't want that ink to set up on it. So. And then we're going to go ahead and close this so that our ink pad doesn't dry out. And I am going to take some dies to cut out this round die. And let me measure this and tell you what size circle die this is. So this circle die, I love it because I have I have a magnetic strip on the back of this ruler. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring from the middle of the inside of the circle, and this circle is 1 5/8. This is a 1 5/8 circle. So, and then we're going to use, we're going to layer this with a scallop circle that measures approximately 2 inches. So that's the measurements of those. So let's get out the big shot, move our card supply out of the way. I am going to need a piece of yellow, daffodil yellow. I will tell you that my plates are getting pretty old, so I'm going to be changing them pretty soon. But let's go ahead and get this cut out. Us crafters, we use our plates until we can no longer use them, that's for sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and run this through my Big Shot. There we go, that's beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and get out our scallop die, and we're going to place that on our yellow cardstock, the Daffodil Delight cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and run that through the Big Shot. Just like that. And sometimes my paper sticks and I just have to get my my multi-tool here and lift it up off my Big Shot. Okay. Now let's set that Big Shot aside and let's get working on our okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I already stamped my butterflies, so all I have to do really is color them in. And I don't even think we're going to use the green, because the green was if we were going to stamp the plant, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stamp. And I'm using the light Daffodil Delight, and then I'm going to come back in and use the darker portion for certain areas of this. I might even grab out, I have one that's called Mango, and I might grab that as well. Although maybe the green would look good on this little guy. So let's go in with some dark features here first. And I want this to be darker, this to be darker. These are darker. And then I'm going to do these little things right here. And I'm just using the painter's tip of the marker. I find it's easier for me. And then I want this up here to be a little bit darker, those little spots there. And then again, I'm just using the painter's tip, and I'm going to go ahead and color some areas in on this a little bit darker as well. I like the painter's tip because we can control it better. That was my roommate. He just came out and he was checking on me. He didn't realize I was live, but that's okay. We call him Uncle Paul. There we go. That is a beautiful butterfly. I want to do a little bit more to this butterfly, so I am going to use that green, and I'm just going to go over the yellow with the green. I think that's going to be fine. There we go. And there we go. And I just like, this is the dark Daffodil Delight, and I just like the way it lifts some color out. This is called Mango Melody. I'm gonna give it a try and see how dark it comes. That's nice. I might do this over. There we go. Let's do this one and the Mango Melody just like this. I want to stay true to the tone that I've got going on with the Yellow Delight, and that's why I haven't really moved off into the green. I really kind of want to stay, like I said, true to that tone that I'm using. But I may just do a little bit of mossy green where the stripes are. There we go. One more right over here. So that is a beautiful butterfly. But let's like do one more notch up. This is the new color, and it's light mossy metal is what it's called. And I know that I'm going over my yellow, so it might be affecting the color, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I like that richness that that green brings in. I would tell you, there's no right way or wrong way to do this. There really isn't. It's all how you feel like coloring for your day. And I like where I can color stamps in. Now you don't have to. You, like I said, there is the filler stamp that you could fill this, you know, with a stamp and not have to color. But I like the dimensions that color brings, you know, especially to the butterflies. Okay, I think that's it for that butterfly. And boy, does he look pretty now, or she, or, you know. So now I'm going to take my butterfly punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch these out. And I don't know if any of you guys ever noticed that, but you see the big circle on top here. What's really cool about these punches is that you can stack them, and that circle kind of clicks on, you know, it doesn't, you can stack a punch on top of here, and that punch won't move as long as you're putting your picture end this way, and you can choose your punches because all the circles on the bottom are the same size for this size punch. Now there are several sizes of punches, but just a little tidbit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my butterflies lined up into my punch just like this. That looks about right, and we're going to get those punched out. Now, if you notice, there is a little black piece right here, and we do have a stamp that will fill that in. I haven't used it yet. I tend to use my markers for that, but we're gonna give it a try. So let's fill in the little one first, and then we'll do the big one. And I am just gonna use this small punch right here, and let me get out my black. This is, we're using Tuxedo Black Memento ink for this, and we're gonna go ahead. Oops, this is for the little tiny one. Don't mind my head. Guess I could have done this before I punched it out. Oh, cool. Next time we'll know, yeah? There we go. Clean that off, and let's get that other one out. Just filling this up, and there is a top and a bottom to this, so the top end is kind of fatter than the bottom. I just want to make sure that my stamp is completely covered with ink, and I'm centering this up, and there we go. Looks okay. Not the best job on that one, but you know, it works. Okay, and there we go. Those are my stamps. So let's cover this up. Okay, so now it's time to assemble my card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the fold done on this card. We're going to go ahead and fold it just like this, and I'm going to get my bone folder out because that helps flatten your card when you're folding. So there we go. There. Very nice. And you know, I noticed that I think my blade is getting dull, and when my blade gets dull, you get this little fraying on your paper. And what I do is I just take an emery sponge or an emery board, and it's kind of like a sandpaper, and I run it along my card, and it cleans up those edges. So if you ever have that happen and your blade's getting dull and you've already cut the card, emery boards work great. That's what I use all the time for this. Okay, I've got the base of my card, and this card ends up being an A2 size card. It's 5.5 inches tall by 4.25 inches wide. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down my white Whisper white sheet, and again this measures 4 inches by 5.25 inches. And I'm going to take my snail adhesive and just apply some of that snail adhesive to this. You could use glue if you wanted to. I'm just going to line this up, and I find it easier if I line up my paper with the edge of the card, the long edge of the card. It seems to line up the best way. And I usually rub my bone folder over my card when I'm gluing things down, and that way it sticks. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay in my second layer here. Okay, so this is that DSP that I showed you earlier, and I just want the simpleness of the green. So again, I'm just putting a little bit of snail adhesive on it, and make sure that you get the plants going the right way, or whatever. If you have a pattern or a design, you want to make sure that your design is the right way of your card. And always double check to make sure you got your card right. I've made some backwards a few times. So okay, and again, I'm just lining up the edges and trying to get this as centered as possible. You don't have to be perfect. These are handmade cards, and they shouldn't be perfect. So here's the deal. I forgot to do something. I forgot to attach my ribbon to the back of this. But that's okay, because my ribbon can go along here, so I'm still good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, and I got this ribbon as part of my this is the in the celebration catalog. Because my order was so big, I was able to get this, and this is, I spent $50 and was able to get this, and this is 5 rolls of ribbon, and it's all the 2019 in colors, and it matches the gingham paper. So I just think this is really cool, and I love it. And I think that today I want to use, this is Lemon Lime Twist is the color, and I believe that each one of these spools has 25, or no, so each one of these spools has 5 yards with a total of 25 yards altogether. So and I should have opened this before I got on camera, but that's okay. So really, what I'm doing with my ribbon is I'm just covering up that border, you know, and making it look pretty. So I just need a little piece of ribbon. I'm going to set that aside because I probably will make a bow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of gingham, I'm going to take my ribbon, and it's not all the way on the gingham. Well, yeah, let's put it all the way on the gingham. I'm going to take a couple of glue dots, because I want to glue dot my ribbon down to the top of the gingham paper. So right there and right there. I'm going to take this and I'm going to line this up the best I can. And I have it a little bit over the edge of this, and that's, again, you don't have to. Actually, I'm just going to line up the edges, and I'm going to fold my ribbon over, and my glue dot is going to catch that ribbon so that it stays on the back. And we'll do that to the other side, just like this. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually adhere this to the card, and we're going to get it lined up as best we can. There we go. And this is a even lineup, so you want to line it up to the edges. It's going to be to the edges of your paper, just like that. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So, and then we're gonna we're probably gonna put this right here. So I'm gonna do that first before I put on the butterflies, because I'm not exactly sure where I want my butterflies. Yeah. So I'm just going to take a couple of glue dots to the back of this to adhere it to the yellow paper. And we're just going to center it just like that. And I used quite a bit larger. Usually you just use a scallop edge that just touches the edge of your circle, but I wanted that yellow to pop, so I used a larger scallop. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dimensionals, and these are just foam adhesives that we get from Stampin' Up, and because I want this to lift off, it helps cover up that ribbon a little bit more. Keeps it in place. And I'm going to go ahead and center this with it peeking up just about there. There we go. Now, where to put my beautiful butterflies? I really here we go. Let's see. I think we're going to put one there, and I got his wings lifted up a little bit, and that's what I want. And I think I'll put the small one, no, you know what? I think the big one goes down here and the small one goes up here. Oh yeah. So, and I'm just gonna adhere this little guy with a couple of glue dots. And I just want that center adhered because I want the wings to lift up. And we're going to make this a little bit more blingy. Trust me, those butterflies are going to have some bling on them. And my little guy here, just going to put right here. There we go. Like he's on the plant. Oh, that is beautiful just the way it is, but you know, let's take it up one more notch, okay? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to get some of these beautiful, beautiful, this is also in the catalog and I really love these. They are very whimsical. And these, I ripped off the name, but they're, you'll find them in the Occasions catalog. And I really like them a lot. So, and I like the flower part of them. So I want a little flower right there. I just think this makes it so much more happier. There. Let's put this one up here and this one. There. You know, like I said before, not one way is perfect. You know, you could do any way you'd like. So, you know, you do it the way you want it to look. Don't. And then I was thinking, how about a little flower on these stems right here? So I think that looks kind of cool like that. And one right there. There we go. Okay, that's enough with my little bling for that. But now we have to have a little bit of bling for our butterflies. Don't you think? I think so. That noise in the background is my hubby. He just got back from fixing his car. So, and I think that I want the black rhinestones, and I think these are still available in the catalog. They might have went on clearance, but you can always check and find out. And I just love putting these on as the butterfly bodies. So, go figure. Call me crazy. Now, the only thing that these butterflies don't have is their antennas. And I just, you know, if I were putting them flat on a flat piece of paper, it'd be something different. So, but I might make his head bigger than his body. There we go. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this white piece inside my card. I'm not going to have anything inside here because I feel like this is a wonderful note card to write your own message in. So I want to have just some blank area for that message to go in. And again, I'm just lining it up with the side to get it as even as possible. And I think that what I want in here is just a little butterfly stamped. Oh, okay, so this is called Beauty Abounds. This is a cling stamp set, and the cling stamp sets, they work so well. Look at this, it sticks to my finger. They used to not do this, so I'm very grateful for it because it sticks to our blocks really well. And I'm going to go ahead and do this in that lemon lime twist that I used earlier. So if I gotta get back my and again, I just want a couple little butterflies on the inside of my card. And usually I do this before I adhere, just in case I make a mistake, but I think we're fine. There we go. Aren't these cute? And we're just, I think we're going to put it in all four corners. There we go. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so There we go. I love the line of butterflies. That looks beautiful. Gives this card a whole new dimension to have those in there. And this also comes, like, this is the one that comes with the framelits and is sold as a bundle, so you can buy this as a bundle as well. And that is our card today. I just think it's a beautiful card. I think we did a wonderful job together, everybody. I just want to thank everybody for joining me today. I hope you had a good time watching this video and that you learned a little something about creating cards and how easy it is to do. And you can do a lot with one stamp set. I mean, I plan on doing a lot just with the punch stamp set, and then more with this other one that we have that comes with these butterflies. So join me again next week and we'll work on a different project, and I'll be able to go through the occasions catalog with you. In fact, I will probably go through the catalog with you sometime in the middle of next week, when we can really launch it. Okay, so I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Happy New Year. Please be safe, and have a wonderful New Year. I'm so thankful that I'm able to do these videos and share them with you. It is truly a blessing to be able to do this, and to share with you my creativity. So again, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Aloha.